I know Starbucks gets like all sort of reactions and frowns and whatnot, but
Indonesia, or could be from Latin America, Guatemala, Colombia. Measurement was somewhere around 13 to 14 degrees. I don't know if I had salt in this glass or what.
so I just came to know about the coffee that I tasted. Welcome back to Lens Dynamic Coffee Sessions. So I had actually planned to do this tomorrow because today I had a lot of coffee. There was an event of home baristas at Something's Brewing. So I'd never been to Something's Brewing before, so it was a first for me. But also this kind of home barista meetup was a little high end for me, and it was a nice experience. Lot of coffees, lot of talks, and lot of samples that I tried. So the reason I'm doing this now is because I need to take this cold brew out, and then I also have a older cold brew, and then I have a cold brew from Starbucks. So what I'll do is I'll just pour these three and do a comparison, and probably tomorrow I'll brew some coffees and share more thoughts on this home barista meetup. So these cold brews that I have are a blend. So this one is Riverside Black Honey and Blonde Rose Starbucks Nallur. So to bring in some of the darkness and then balance it with the Riverside like coffees of Coorg. And then this one that I've made, it's like should be a little darker because this has Vria Kapi, and then again I have balanced it out with the Riverside. So it's like you're talking Coorg. So this has two Coorgs, and this has Chikmagalur that is balanced with Chevroy Hills. So these two cold brews I'll try, and then the standard Starbucks one. I got to know about a funny thing that they dilute the cold brew a lot because it's brewed so dark. But nonetheless, I will try to brew it, and if it tastes too dark, I'll just add a little water and then I'll try. So this is going to be a short one, and I'll probably combine it with a longer video of brewing the coffee. So there was this interesting thing at the event. A coffee exchange happened. So Dev was a person who was visiting from New Zealand. He had bought some coffees to exchange. So they might be like this coffee, which is called Nelson. It might be from Guatemala, from Rwanda, from Ethiopia, from anywhere. Because I did read a bit about the coffees that are kind of sold or liked in New Zealand, and I found these from all these regions. So this is the small coffee sample I've got. So I'll brew this tomorrow, but as of now, let me do this cold brew thing. So I poured the cold brews, and I've done them in the order of like what I feel would be darkest to medium to the least dark. But strangely, the one that I put least dark, it looks like darker than this. But it's very interesting because in cold brews you get different flavor profiles, and sometimes the flavor also varies like a little bit. The number of days you keep it, you get like maybe because you keep drinking it few times, like you get more flavors or notes. Also depends sometimes what time you're having, how clean your palate is. But I'll start with this supposedly least dark one. So this is the one that was already there. So this was like both cool coffees. So this one, I like every time I brew the cold brews, like right away I either like it or don't like it. So when I don't like it, I just try to finish it very fast within a week or so, like adding milk or oat milk or ice cream or so. But this one I really liked. I just like neat without any add-ons. This was quite good. So I'm still getting that kind of. You develop a fascination with the cold brews. This has that very earthy feel, and there is like a lot of chocolate notes. That is very typical of these coffees from Riverside, but the acidity is like almost like even less than 30%. Moving on to moving on to the supposedly medium dark one. This is not really medium dark, but I'm getting a lot of chocolate notes, and this is also a very nice cold brew. So I think blending two coffees would be good for this cold brews that I'm doing. Again, very clean, uh, very mild, and with a hint of orange that is signature in this Vria copy that I do from the Chevrolet Hills. Now coming to the darkest cold brew, Starbucks. I put a ice cube in it. The thing that Starbucks does right with the gets right with the cold brew is like the consistency. You always get that very like maybe my taste buds have got used to it. I know Starbucks gets like all sort of reactions and frowns and whatnot, but you they use I think Kenya for the cold brew, and you get like that very chocolate note with a hint of fruitiness. Yeah, so I would call it like my favorite cold brew because I've been mostly my taste buds have got conditioned to having it. But I've been making cold brews at home also for many years now, almost 6 years or more. So with home, the fun part is like you experiment and like blend and get like different character, different notes. And with Starbucks, I keep it like for blends, like with milk and all that, because even if you dilute it, the flavor remains pretty dark and pretty strong. So that's about this mini cold brew comparison. We'll meet you later for trying out what Dev has given, and I'll also let you know which coffee is it because I don't know that yet. So that's about it. Enjoy your coffee.
So welcome back. Yesterday was too late, so I didn't brew this coffee, but I was very excited. So this is Nelson. So Nelson is probably the name of the roaster. I've still not heard back from Div, but I'll let you know like what coffee it is. But just on the basic kind of aroma, it tastes like a very bright coffee. Could be anywhere from the coffee belt, like could be from uh, Indonesia, or could be from Latin America, Guatemala, Colombia, or somewhere. So I did read like about that New Zealand coffee roasters. They typically pick coffees from that region. So it could be that. But I'll quickly brew this since I can't wait any longer. So I'll brew this in a pour over, and I'll share the flavor notes. And probably if I hear back from Dev, then I'll let you know what coffee it is. So the coffee is brewed. What I've done today is like my last few coffees were getting too kind of strong or dark. So I've just brewed it as per the measure. So this is around 230 ml, and the measurement was somewhere around 13 to 14 degrees. Sorry, 13 to 14 grams. So I've done like 230 ml. Let me taste it. It just the first sip like lets you know that this is something that has taken a lot of thought. It's like very balanced. The first thing that hits you is the sweetness, and then the hint of like citrus. There is a slight saltiness in this too. I don't know if I had salt in this glass or what, but this is like you get that hint of salt in candied or sea salt caramel kind of desserts. Now I'm getting kind of that berry also. This is wonderful. I'm getting a lot of acidity on repeat sips, but this is something that, like right away, you will know like this is uh, done by a roaster who knows like the palate, because sometimes the roasters go for like overt sourness, which leads to a lot of complexities also amongst more nuanced coffee tasters and baristas. But for me, I think it's a tad over, like in terms of the acidity. But the thing that pulls it back and balances it is the sweetness. It almost feels like someone has like stirred sugar in it. I don't know how coffee can be this sweet, but there is a I really can't make up my mind about it except the fact that it is very palatable for me. So with some blueberries, it's going really well. Um, so I would guess it will be like a very good coffee, a very good dessert coffee. So I'm interested to know where is this from. But as of now, this was a really good cup. Really enjoyed it.
So I just came to know about the coffee that I tasted. So this is a Colombia blend. It's pink bourbon. So since I don't know much about these varietals, so pink bourbon is a varietal that was like found or named in around 2023 in a barista championship. And there's a pink bourbon and there is a red bourbon. Red bourbon is sweeter and pink bourbon is known to be more complex because it has like fruity and like berry and match with like citrusy notes and then some amount of sweetness. So it's apparently very sought after because I saw this coffee called Pink Floyd. So that one was also pink bourbon varietal, but like a different expression. But yeah, so this was quite a catch that I got thanks to this coffee exchange, and I also found the page of the roaster, Nelson. Surprise, surprise, because the coffee also said Nelson. But yeah, he has a very nice page, and he's from China, and this coffee is from Colombia. So it was really nice that I found a good coffee, and I was able to brew it also really fast. So yeah, that was just an update. I'll leave some links that I found on Pink Bourbon and this coffee from Delicas, Colombia or something. It's a micro lot. Yeah.